Hey, so welcome to this note. This is Coach Julie and Allison, and we are here to share common themes from conversations with triathletes that we coach. We're passionate about sharing our thoughts and insights so you can become a better triathlete and also hear kind of where we're coming from. So today, our topic is how to handle like the final few weeks of a training block leading into a big race, or how to handle that point when you get burned out and need to stay motivated.
Exactly.
Yeah. Um,
So, what are you hearing from your athletes? I know you have a number of athletes who are in their kind of final push for their big Ironman of the season in a couple weeks. What are they saying to you?
I feel like so I've got a group of people that are it's the 4 week, we're 4 weeks out. And it so first all is like, when do I taper? Not yet. But I think it's just the grind of I'm so tired of this and this and this. And all the people everyone's going to do the same race. So it's a long, hilly race. So the bike rides are pretty focused on a lot of climbing, a lot of elevation. And the burnout is I'm just tired of doing the same thing. Um, but I kind of feel like, yes, you're tired. Yes, you're this, but let's flip the switch. Cause I feel like when you're within 4 weeks, you can start counting.
Totally.
How many long rides do I have left? How many long rides do I have left? So, I mean, at this point, you're down to probably two, maybe, 2 to 3 of the big stuff. And I feel like that's kind of a good way we could start doing the actual countdown.
Yeah. I love a
And
countdown. Yeah.
yeah, that I often tell people like longest ride.
100%.
So then they know like for a lot of people this weekend, um, like this is the longest ride and you're not going to have to ride this long again until the actual day.
Yeah. I like to think
Yeah.
also of a training finish line. Like when you've done your final longest ride and your final longest run, then you've hit the training finish line, which
Yeah.
is the huge milestone and it can feel good to get there. The flip side to that though is that you're like, yay, taper. And the first 10 days of taper are such a mind fuck because they're not that much easier. Um,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. I was talking to someone who I haven't worked with through a taper before. Um, and I just said, just so you know, when we're at that 2 week point and you're going to be like, yes, I'm tapering, might not be exactly. It's not like it's just going to
100%.
completely drop off. It is like
Yeah.
really, yeah, that I feel like that's when it's kind of disappointing.
Yeah. We could have a whole nother conversation. I call the first 10 days fake taper. So why don't we,
Yes.
okay, we're going to put a pin in
Okay,
that.
let's
We're going to
table
come
that. I
back to
think for
taper.
sure. Yep.
Yes.
I think so.
Um, yeah. But I like counting that like it's my last long ride, my last long run, and then doing the countdown
Yep.
is so helpful. So I also
Yeah,
find
for
with
sure.
my athletes a lot that definitely like that final push is hard, but there's also like if you rewind a little bit, 2/3 of the way through any training, not just training plan, two
Yeah.
thirds of the way through a training plan, 2/3 of the way through the bike leg of your race, 2/3 of the way through
Oh,
the run leg of your race, 2/3 of the
yes.
way through my daughter's spring semester in college. There's this
Oh, funny.
it like clockwork though. There's this kind of like you've been doing it for a long enough time that you're tired. You're like, I've been doing this. I am so fucking tired. It's
Yeah.
been going on for so long, and I still have so much to go. Right. And it's kind of
Yeah.
like, oh
Yeah.
God, it's this like, I'm so tired. I'm not anywhere near done yet. And it's this horrible low point. And what's
Yeah.
interesting is that if you just make it like another week into the semester, another 3 to 5 miles into your bike ride, another mile into your run, another like get through another weekend of the training plan, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait, now I can smell the finish line. Now I'm fine. But
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
lull is so bad.
Yeah, I think, yep, I recognize that too. And that's sometimes when when I'm talking to my athletes, I'll say like, okay, like, I kind of drop out when the next recovery week is. And
Yes.
then you can start, because when you're 4 weeks out, you're so burned out. Like if I see more than too long something, but at that point you can be like, look, you really only have like 4 big weekends
Yeah. Yeah.
and you're not so burned out that sometimes that seems super tangible. And I will even, for some people, like just pencil it in their training peak just so they can
Yes,
see
totally.
that. Because, like when you look for a month and you don't even see the finish line, and it's like, okay, all of a sudden you can see, okay,
Yes.
I can wrap my head around it because it's a long,
Yeah.
yeah,
And it
you're
starts
going
to
to get burned
provide,
out at some point.
but you're giving them another countdown when you're blocking that out. It's, yeah,
Yeah.
countdowns are the best. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for sure. Like, okay, how many more long this, how many more this, and then you kind of go from there. And then yeah, and then it gets shorter from there to like, okay, last, and then you get to the last this, the last that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like anything. I call it like mental gymnastics. Like
Yes.
I've already done how many? I just one more.
Right.
And then or gosh, the next time I have to do this, it's going to be catered.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
probably the first 2 hours, I'm not going to feel like ass because I might actually be
Yeah.
rested.
Yeah.
I was talking to another athlete and I was like, find a reward, like figure something out mid ride, end of ride. And the big nutritional people like don't reward yourself with
Oh,
food. Like I
screw
call
that.
total BS on that. Like
Yeah.
I
Screw that.
saved my ass this weekend with a Dr. Pepper and Sour Patch Kids. Like that
So
was
I'm
like
a fan
that
of
was life saving.
Justin's nut butter cups mid
Yeah.
ride and then donut holes after. Oh, although I will also say that McDonald's French fries and milkshake is the perfect post race combo or post workout combo.
I will have to say that. Yeah. The French fries. I start planning like my post food, like as you're getting
For
towards
sure.
the end of
For sure.
something. Um, yeah, like what's going to happen there. I think that reward is a
Yeah.
100%
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. All right. We've gone a little bit, couple different tangents
Yeah.
here, but I think this was a fun conversation. Hope you guys
Yeah.
enjoyed it. These were our NYX notes on slumps and burnout and motivation. If you guys have feedback, comments, or suggestions for future topics or on this topic, we always love to hear from you. Please reach out. And on that note, we'll talk to you next time.